Playing by the rules. In 1970, the U.S. government offered me a 12-month vacation in sunny Vietnam, all expenses paid, with a free helmet, uniform, and M16 automatic weapon included in the package. I'd read the history of the Vietnam War and decided maybe I didn't want to go. So I consulted a draft counselor. What's the problem?" the draft counselor asked. "I got a draft notice. I don't want to go." "Yeah, and why are you opposed to the war?" "I don't think U.S. troops should fight someone else's war. South Vietnam is a dictatorship, not a democracy. See, I've read some history, and history is no good." "No good?" "You gotta play by the rules. How about religion or philosophy? You take any philosophy courses?" "Sure. I went to a Jesuit university and took 21 hours. But I still think history..." "Look, I'm telling you, forget history. Draft boards won't consider history. You got any philosophical ideas?" "Well, I believe the war is absurd." Existential absurdity. That's a start. Write an essay about that." "I still can't understand why history's irrelevant." Well. After a few days, I produced a philosophical essay, which the counselor said was A, at least an A-. Then I traveled to Houston, where my draft board gave my essay an F. Their reasons? 1. Lack of depth in sincerity. 2. Lack of primary motivating force in registrant's life. Figuring I was about to go to jail, I met with Father Jim Barnett, a priest who was a draft counselor at the University of Houston. He insisted that I consult a lawyer. "Depth in sincerity, primary motivating force, do those words mean anything to you?" asked the lawyer. "Well," I said, "I suppose..." "Course they don't mean anything. Gibberish, bureaucratic jargon. Some mid-level official in Washington dreamed 'em up and sent 'em to all the local draft boards to be used against guys like you." "Oh. And now you need a lawyer. Father Barnett sent me to see you. A case like this can cost $3,000, you know." $3,000? Man, I'll just go to jail. I can't afford $3,000. "Well, I could do it for $500, but that's the bare minimum. Of course, for a fee that low, we have to stay out of court. Going to court costs money. Are you healthy?" To see if I was eligible for a medical deferment, the lawyer sent me to a doctor who billed me $60 and said I was in great shape, which I already knew. Then the lawyer sent me to a dentist who said he'd close the gap between my 2 front teeth for $500. I could pay in monthly installments. Dental braces would have to stay on my teeth 1 year. As it turned out, wires on the teeth constituted a legal deferment of military service, and that put a big grin on my lawyer's face and a bigger hole in my wallet. Don't complain," said the lawyer. "Those braces give you time to maneuver in the chess game with the government." "But I'm not playing a game. I've made an ethical decision." "What's so unethical about straightening your teeth? If you don't play the game, they'll toss you behind bars. What happens if your 200-pound psychotic cellmate decides to hump you? How ethical will you rate that experience?" So I got braces for my teeth and a year's deferment from the draft.